Okay. I feel actually very ecstatic looking at the three faces in front of me. I can't really accept that these children have grown up from, when I saw them in class 9 and class 10, and they've now become established doctors and doing so well. BDMI family extends the heartiest welcome to our own doctors, I must say.
Thank you.
Our own doctors who have passed out from our school and have made us really proud. I feel extremely honored, children. Again, you have to excuse me for using the word children time and again. So I feel extremely honored to, bring the three doctors who have come up from our own school, and we are now on a virtual platform. Okay, a big thank you to the principal and the management of the school who has made this really possible for all of us. Okay, so at the onset, I'll start by wishing all of you a happy Doctor's Day.
Yes, thank you so much, and
Thank
I
you
wish
so much, ma'am.
everyone, my audience, a very happy Doctor's Day.
Okay. At this point, Manas, I will just say the audience comprises of our students. There would be teachers viewing this. There could be alumni and the parents, of course. Okay.
Wow,
So this
wow.
is going to be our audience. Yes. And whatever you say has to go out as a very strong message for your juniors or for our children. You can say that. Okay. So now I would consider that you are the frontline warriors at the moment, frontline crusaders. We are all standing in the midst of a pandemic, and you are the ones who are, fighting it out. You are the ones who are combating it out. Okay. So today's discussion is mainly about this COVID-19. Okay. And it is like this, that the lockdown phase is over. And from June 8th, we have entered into another phase, which is the unlock. So everything is being unlocked now at different phases, at different stages. Okay, so what we were thinking was that during the stage, are we supposed to be more careful, or are we supposed to be more vigilant? Okay, so this was my question to Dr. Madhura Boitro here. Now, I would like to just finish two lines introducing you. Okay, all of you. So we'll start with the most senior one here, Dr. Chandrima Bhattacharjee, who's finished her MBBS from Kolkata Medical College, and she is now posted in the critical care unit. And she was telling me that, ma'am, there are so many COVID patients we are handling every day on a daily basis. And she says she works, she stretches herself. So sometimes it is a double shift that she is working on, and that sometimes extends to 24 hours, sometimes 48 hours. So Chandrima, I think you're doing a wonderful job there. Okay, so she is now in the critical care unit, and she is looking after. Her hands are full with COVID patients, I must say. And we have Dr. Manas Das here, who's joined us from Delhi, actually. Okay, and he's passed his MBBS with a silver medal and honors. Congratulations! And right now he is pursuing his MD, right, in internal medicine from Lady Hardinge Medical College, and this is in Delhi. Okay, and he also intends to do gastroenterology
Yes.
in future, right, going forward. And Dr. Madhura here, she's done her MBBS from Sikkim Manipal Institute of Medical Sciences. This is Gangtok, and she's got a brief stint in career as in private practice, and now at the moment she's also doing MD in pathology, and this is from Chennai, right?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay. So this is our distinguished guests for today. And as I was telling you, we are really concerned, Dr. Madhura, if you can just tell us, we are really concerned about this unlock phase. Okay, lockdown was a phase when all of us were at home and we were all locked inside, indoors. But at the moment now, we all have to reach our different workplaces, right? So, Dr. Madhura, how do you think we can take care of such a situation? We need to take care not only of ourselves, but also make sure that the virus doesn't come home along with us and infect one of our family members. So, how do we do that?
Ma'am, the first thing that I would like to emphasize on is that we have to take things slowly. We just can't rush into the unlock phase because as the lockdown phase was difficult for us to adjust to. Similarly, after 3 months of staying in the safety of our homes, now we have to again get out and start working. So we just can't rush into things. We have to realize that this pandemic is not over yet. So we just can't be so happy and carefree that we can just get out and start working like nothing ever happened. So the first and foremost thing is that we have to realize that things are still there, and we have to be slow, and we have to be very cautious about where and how we are reaching. Like we just can't hop onto public transport systems like buses and think that okay, I will be safe. Nothing can happen to me just because I'm equipped with a mask. Because just wearing a mask and forgetting everything about social distancing won't help us. So the first thing that people have to plan to get out of their homes right now. They have to be very much vigilant about what precautionary measures they are taking. They have to be very judicious about how they practice their social distancing measures. So, wearing the mask is of utmost importance. Most of the times, I have seen people that they are very carefree about it, and I've heard people saying that nothing will happen to me. I'm a young person. I have a lot of immunity, so nothing will happen to me. So this is a wrong thinking that they have in their mind. They should know that this virus can affect you in any way possible. So the mask, the wearing of the mask is of utmost importance. Also, you have to be sure that you do not just randomly go on touching places, like especially when you are traveling in the buses. I know it's very difficult for people to maintain social distance in public transport, but still it is upon us that how much we can control ourselves. So we have to be very vigilant that we use gloves while traveling in buses, and we should try to not get into very crowded buses. It's okay if we reach late. That is not a problem. We can reach late. But it's very much necessary that we do not unnecessarily hop onto a bus which is overcrowded as it is. So the thing is that the things that everybody is emphasizing on social distancing, wearing of masks, gloves, using hand sanitizers. These are things which are actually going to help us. These are not just things that somebody is putting up randomly and people can just say that okay, I have stayed in my home for 3 months and nothing will happen to me. I'm very much fine and I can get on with life. You have to be careful because you're not just protecting yourself, you are also trying to protect your family. You just can't go out and do that something which will affect your family because our parents are old and even some people have under five kids in their house. So they are very much prone to this disease and anything can happen to them very easily. So it is very much necessary that people are cautious themselves and take the necessary precautions that everybody is failing on continuously for so many days seriously.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Madhura. That means what I have got a gist of what you said just now. That means we need to change our mindset, right? We need to change our mindset. Just getting out of the lockdown is not enough. We need to be even more vigilant and even more careful because this virus, I believe, is all pervading. It's everywhere, and it can strike us at the smallest notice. And for a small slip, maybe we could be the victims. We could be the next victims. Okay, my next question, or maybe next point of discussion, topic of discussion, would be for Dr. Manas. Doctor, what we are observing now is that children are spending a lot of screen time. They have got into the screen time. They spend a lot of hours looking at the screen, whether it is the mobile or it could be the computer, the laptop. Okay, because since they are stuck indoors now because of the pandemic, so online classes and even a lot of other extracurricular activities that they do, like for example learning the piano or learning the tabla, even that has gone online now. So the interaction that we used to see among children in school, well, that is missing completely. Okay, so they've been like locked up inside, and somewhere we teachers, we feel that they are going, they are becoming socially awkward because of this social distancing and things like that. The normal healthy habit or is lost. The school going habit is lost. Interacting with your peer, there used to be a lot of peer interaction, so that is lost. So Dr. Manas, is there a way out to handle this? We don't want our children to be socially, as I said, uh, not able to mix or mingle with others. I don't want them to retreat into their own shell, and then the mental health is again very important in case of small children, right? So do you have something for us, Dr. Manas, in case of such a situation?
All right. So this COVID-19 pandemic is really difficult for all of us, but the effect on children, it's really deleterious on their health, just not just physical health, but also their mental health. So they cannot meet their friends. Children think that it's an extended summer vacations, but they are confused that when will this summer vacation end? And they have a socially withdrawn or socially introverted person. Like they are becoming very introvert. They don't know how to mingle.
Yes.
They don't know how to mingle with
Mm.
their peers or the teachers. Like I still remember how I used to be a very naughty kid right from the beginning in my school. So they cannot do that. They cannot interact with their teachers. They cannot interact with their friends. So it's a very difficult situation for them indeed. So what they can do actually? So right now, video conferencing with their friends and peers. I'm sure our school is doing an excellent job by providing them online classes and co-curricular activities. But beside that, they need to engage themselves in other activities too, like uh, like kites. Like they can learn how to fly a kite in the terrace. Like in the evening, they can go to the terrace, interact with their neighbors, talk about a few things, maybe cartoon and maybe other things which they like, which interest them. And they should go out in the fresh air. By fresh air, I don't mean that they should go out in the parks. Yes, they can actually if they wear a mask and maintaining social distancing, like nearby parks and all. Like when there is nobody, not much
Not
people in the
many
park.
people around. Yes.
Exactly. Like they can go for a drive-through, or they can like go to the terrace, play some small indoor games uh, like cricket or something like that. Just for the small children, I mean. And by doing this, they'll come out of their shell actually. Like that social withdrawn, like social hesitant. They are very hesitant about
Mhm.
with the other children. So this thing, and then in this
Dr. Manas, do you think, sorry to interrupt, but do you think as parents, okay, can we give them a little more of quality time, maybe, spend some more
absolutely,
time with them?
absolutely,
See, parents
like
are also now going to the different workplaces. So most of the time, the child is all alone at home, right? So if the parents could, find out some time for them and guide them through these activities, okay, the ones that you're talking about, learning how to fly a kite, I think that is almost nowadays extinct, isn't it? So teaching the child how to learn to fly the kite, or maybe play carom, also bringing in their, grandparents. Say most of them have grandparents at home, so all of them can have a family right meeting kind of, and maybe that is what you're trying to suggest, right, doctor?
exactly,
Hmm.
exactly, exactly. And like they should give time to their children. And these days, children indulge themselves into online activities, online games, and all, YouTube, browsing internet. But there are many other things too, which I would like to emphasize upon. Like they can uh, learn some new language, like
Yes.
learning new language is a great time. And then they can learn photography, then video editing, and
Hmm.
these things. Like they can maintain a journal, like what they're doing every day. uh, they can read more of books. They can like join a book journal club, and they can, like, what I mean is that there it should be a from a consumptive behavior to a creative behavior. Like consumptive
Okay.
behavior, by consumptive behavior I mean like browsing internet or watching Netflix and all, and
Hmm.
creating something to creative behavior, like creating some art and craft, like creating
Okay.
something like photography, video editing, like this thing, like baking sessions for children and cooking sessions
Okay.
for like
Oh,
teenagers.
okay.
that is like very important and very helpful also. They can help their parents in household chores and these things. But yes, another thing which I must say is that parents must have a very strict uh, control over their children's internet activities and internet usage. They must
Mm.
not
Yes.
indulge into things which is inappropriate for their age.
Correct. Correct. Yes.
So there are many apps for this, and there are many websites for this which provide parental control over children's internet browsing activities. And yes, another thing which I must say, they can work out like yoga or stretching themselves. And this is not just like, this is very scientific actually. While working out, our brain releases endorphins. By endorphins, we call that as happy hormones. So
Okay.
everyone can work out together, their parents or the children, the young adults. So that will be really helpful for them. Uh,
So that was so nice, Dr. Manas. I must think about releasing happy hormones. Yes, so
yes,
it is all about
endorphins.
release of happy hormones or endorphins, as you put. Endorphins, did you say? Endorphin. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. So that's a new word for me today. Right. And he says that with everything else, the parents need to, not only do the parents spend some quality time with the children, but they also exercise a little bit of control over the child's online activities. That I think is very, very important for children of this age. You know, this age is supposed to be a very vulnerable age where they really don't know how to identify between the right and the wrong. And Dr. Manas also says that there are certain activities which a child can develop, like learning a new language, he said. Hmm. And that these are like, you know, these go a long way in developing the skills, you know, so which can ensure a wholesome personality. Right? Okay. Now,
Absolutely, absolutely.
thank you so much, Dr. Banas.
Thank you.
That was so enlightening, actually. And Dr. Chandrima, I was thinking that, people are on the move now after this lockdown phase has been lifted. And we are now into that unlock stage, as I was saying earlier, and we are continuously on the move. Now, is there something, you know, some kind of indication or symptoms that Dr. Chandrima, we need to look out for? Because, you know, I have heard, now I may not be, I may not be completely correct, but I have heard that this virus is continuously evolving, right? And so the symptoms that we had, we knew earlier, like a running nose or maybe fever, breathlessness. These were typical symptoms of COVID-19. Okay, but now I get to hear that these viruses are continuously evolving, getting, you know, new strains, and that's why I have heard that even a small, a stomach upset, okay, or, you know, something as simple as that, something, you know, which we don't pay too much of stress on, we don't pay too much of attention, a small mild infection maybe, can this be a point of concern? Can this be an area of concern? So if Dr. Chandram, if you could just tell us the symptoms and how we can, you know, increasing our immunity, because I believe that there is no vaccine now for the next maybe 6 to 8 months. They are in the trial session now, and I believe that there would be no vaccine in the next maybe 6 to 8 months. So all that we can do is increasing immunity. So, doctor, if you could just tell us that how we could go about doing this.
Actually, in any case, if a person falls prey to the disease, first thing should be, please do not panic, because that doesn't help. It only makes things worse. Most people who get COVID-19 will have a mild form of the disease. According to WHO, around 80% of COVID-19 patients do not even require hospitalization. Now, depending on the viral load and the immunity, symptoms of each from fever can range from chills and cough, breathing difficulty, fatigue, diarrhea, loss of smell sensations, pinkish discoloration of our eyes, nail changes, nausea, vomiting, even that. So people generally experience such symptoms after 2 to 14 days after exposure to the virus. If someone experiences these symptoms, please visit your nearest healthcare facility and get yourself treated and checked also for the disease. Now, in case of pregnant women, they have the same risk of contracting the virus, but in them the effects are more severe. And in case of children, due to their high immunological activity, they develop mild symptoms only. So parents should be cautioned about this. In case a person tests positive for coronavirus and gets hospitalized, the family members and the people surrounding that should quarantine themselves for at least 14 days and also get tested. Healthcare workers with accidental exposure, they should also follow the same norm. If there is, in case of this quarantine period, they should all stay in a separate room.
Take them to the nearest medical practitioner, have them tested for COVID. And you were also telling us some more, and that's the period when the audio got distorted. Dr. Chandrima, are you there with us?
Yes. That person, they should also quarantine themselves for work.
Okay. Okay, I believe there is a problem with the net, maybe
Healthcare
the net connection. That is why we are not able to hear.
Daily basis
Yes,
after
there,
returning from
like
their duty. Shall I say, ma'am?
Yes, yes. Please continue. Now we can hear you loud and clear. Yes.
Okay. Healthcare workers on a daily basis after returning from their duty, they should take a bath in soap water and get their all of their belongings sanitized. If proper cleanliness measures are taken, if we drink more and more water, take adequate rest, avoid smoking, then we believe that the spread of this virus can be contained. And as we all know it, self-care is more important now than ever. Although the best defenses against the novel coronavirus are frequent hand washing, avoiding crowds, practicing social distancing, but having a healthy immune system and taking steps to boost it regularly is of utmost importance in case actually somebody contracts the virus so that the body can effectively fight back. We know that health is based on fitness, nutrition, mindfulness, and sleep. So, simple yet important day-to-day things people can do to boost their immunity are reducing stress, exercising regularly, eating a balanced diet, avoiding smoking, and getting enough sleep. Stress hormones, they tax the immune system, making its response to viral infections less effective. Taking deep breaths, practicing relaxation techniques like mindfulness, meditation, positive thinking. All of these are helpful in calming down our mind. Then exercising regularly in mild to moderate amounts at home lowers our blood pressure, helps control our body weight, offers protection against various diseases, improves our blood circulation, as well as promotes our cardiovascular health. Eating a balanced diet every day loaded with fruits and vegetables, which contain all the necessary nutrients like vitamin A, vitamin B6, vitamin C, D, E, zinc, iron, folic acid, copper, selenium. You should choose any day other than immunity boosting supplements. Always prep whole foods, especially vegetables, and freshly cooked food over processed foods. Foods like turmeric, ginger, lemon, they are great immunity boosters. Avoid smoking. Because smoking increases the susceptibility to infections like pneumonia, influenza, causing more severe and long-lasting illnesses. It also decreases the levels of protective antioxidants like vitamin C in blood. And last but not the least, getting adequate sleep. In adults, 7 to 8 hours a day. In case of children and teenagers, it's up to 10 hours a day. Setting a sleep schedule, avoiding all blue screen devices within an hour of bed, avoiding coffee after 12 noon. These can help us in getting a good sleep. It's seen that people with less amount of quality sleep are more likely to fall sick after being exposed to the virus. This coronavirus, it's fatal for some, but in some cases, like 25 to 50% of cases, there are no symptoms at all. And the rest of the people fall in the in-between category. Age, gender, underlying health conditions, they all can affect the outcome. Like it has been proven that the disease is deadly in case of old people or people with pre-existing chronic conditions like diabetes, hypertension, obesity, cardiorespiratory problems, kidney diseases, cancer. They may even need ventilatory support. But in the rest of the people, disease can cure.
So, Dr. Chandrima, that was such a nice, I mean, you sharing your thoughts, because you have got, first-hand experience dealing with looking after COVID-19 patients. And it was so nice of you to share your experiences and your thoughts with us. Here's, I mean, we would always want our students, our teacher community and our parents to be really, safe and strong. And in that note, to all the doctors here, do you all get 7 to 8 hours of sleep really? Yes, I can see a smile lighting up their faces. 7 to 8 hours of sleep?
No,
No.
definitely no.
That in a very long time you've not got 7 to 8 hours of sleep, right? Okay, so you looking after COVID patients and you are not getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, inadequate sleep. Well, I want from the BDMI family, I think I would want all doctors to be safe and really strong, so that you can not only take care of COVID patients, but also want you all to lead a healthy, happy life. Right now, a lot of COVID we have discussed at the moment. Just a few minutes more, and then we'll wrap up the session. Okay. Thank you for your patience and your support. Just two lines. Can you all remember your experience in school?
Yes, ma'am, of course.
Yes, you can. Okay. So, how does it feel coming back to your school after a decade or even more than that, and talking to a teacher, or maybe like going online to your juniors, isn't it, with this very strong message that all three of you have given us? How does it feel? Just two lines if you can share with us.
1400 kilometers away from my home, my hometown, my school, my everything actually. It really feels so good to connect to everyone, to my teachers, my BDMI family, my audiences, my alumni, my juniors, everyone. It feels really good. And BDMI has been such a wonderful platform for my overall growth actually. Uh, like I cannot thank BDMI enough for what I am today. So my heartfelt gratitude to all the teachers, to the entire BDMI family. I just cannot express properly. Maybe words will fall short if I express my gratitude for my entire BDMI family. But that's how
Thank
it
you
is.
so much.
Like it's very close to my heart actually.
Actually, yes, school is something which is very close to the heart. Even if at this age, I also believe
Absolutely.
the same. And Dr. Badhura.
Actually, I would like to say that I joined BDMI very late, and I joined when I was in class. So initially, I was very scared. How will I adjust to a new school at that age? And I was very much apprehensive that will the school accept me. But I must say that just within 2 days of joining, I was so really by all and to be the doctor that become confused that should like approach it, but because this feeling, answer my teachers, friends, everybody was really very inspiring, and they really motivated a lot. So although I spent 2 years in that school, but that school still holds a lot of really can't express words.
Okay, okay. And Dr. Chandrima, how does it feel?
VDMI to me is all nostalgia. I was a student of this school for 7 years from class 6 to 12, and it is here that I grew up and learned all the basic things of my life. Not only that, it gave me the best quality education, the finest facilities and infrastructure, ever caring and brilliant yet modest teachers, and the vast opportunities based on my skills to grow. But it also developed in me all the moral values that I needed to grow up into a good person. This school has a very friendly atmosphere. It had strict as well. I'm really feel blessed to be an alumni of this school, and it's great, really great to hear from my teachers after so many years. I'm really
Okay.
grateful to.
So this call, the call that came to you last evening, or maybe yes, I think Friday evening we started working on this, right? So that must have taken you aback completely, isn't it? That a call from a teacher at this time of the day. Okay. So we are actually, I don't know how to say, the words it doesn't come to my mouth naturally. We are actually very indebted to you, okay, children, and you are like torch bearers for us. So we see a part of ourselves in you, okay, and extremely honored to have all the doctors, all three doctors here with us, and we'll wind up the session. I'll just ask Shorab sir, are you there? Is it okay, or do you want me? Is there anything more that I need to cover with them? Shorab sir, is there anything more I need to cover with them? Oh, okay. He says it is okay, and so we can wind up. Thank you so much, children.
Lastly, thank you so much for this session. It's really my privilege to speak to my audience on the BDMI platform. So my heartfelt gratitude towards BDMI once again.
Okay, stay safe, all doctors.
Yes,
Stay
thank you.
strong.
Stay
Yes,
safe. Bye.
and all our prayers are with you for your complete well-being. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. So I'll disconnect now. Okay.